I am here today to show you a crayon tutorial that is pretty fast. It took me almost no time to do. It just involves some drawing, and this one, as well as the unicorn one, is by special request. I was asked to do a native salmon. So for this one, all you need are two crayon colors, red and black. You need a black Sharpie for the outlining, and it might be a good idea to start with a pencil and eraser, just in case you make some mistakes. You can erase them before you put the Sharpie on. Okay? Let's get started. All right, my friends. First, we're going to draw our fish. We're going to draw it out in pencil and then outline it with our black Sharpie. Now, first, we're going to kind of do a sideways C in the middle of our page because we only have one main thing on our drawing, so it's going to take up most of the page. Now, from here, and I'm going to draw the mouth, and it's going to be another C. We should call this the alphabet fish. From here, I'm going to draw the bottom of the jaw, and I'm just going to bring it out like that. Okay? I'm going to leave this space for a sec. I'm going to come about to the middle, right about here, and come down to a point to meet this point here for the lower half of the body and the tail. From here, I'm going to make like a bean shape. And then I'm going to make the two fins, and they're going to look like flower petals. One like this, and one like this. On the back of the fish, we're going to do the top fin, which is kind of long. It's going to come from the top of the head, along the body, just up to a little point, and then coming down. So far, so good? Let's finish off the face. We're actually going to make like another C from about the top of the head here, and it's going to come around and join our bottom line for the jaw. Then we're going to put another one of these, like a bean shape, right in here that the eye is going to go around. Inside, we're going to put like the eyeball. We're going to make an O, and then we'll put an eyeball inside. Now we're going to do our first fin. Now, of course, the fish has two, I don't even know what you call them, but these big fins. The one is going to come from about the bottom of the jaw to about just below our line here. And then we can go up and over. All right? And then the fish does have another fin on the other side of its body, and we only see a little bit of it. So we're only going to come like this. And I'm going to make my fin less pointy, just a little bit more rounded. All right, say bye-bye pencil, bye-bye eraser, and get your Sharpie. Now we're going to go over these lines. Let's start with our fin on top, bring it down to the tail. Let's do our first bean, our one petal, and our second petal. Now, before we go up and finish the rest of that, let's color an inside bean. Draw that with your Sharpie and color it in very carefully inside your lines. We're going to trace over or make wider lines of the two fins. And I am going to go a little bit outside my bean here to make it also a little bit darker. All right, I'm going to go to the top of the head now. I'm actually going to start at the top of the jaw, or the upper part of the mouth, and then over the back of my salmon. Then I'll go around that line of the head, bring it all the way around to the bottom of the fish's mouth, and then make my C. I'll do the big fin and the small fin. Then I'm going to do inside that eye another bean-like shape. Be careful now. I'm moving my Sharpie so that it's a little bit straight up. That will make it pointier. I'm not going to press so hard. And then I'm going to color the inside of that eyeball. Right? Now we're going to put some designs. Actually, we have to put some fat lines first, and then we'll do some designs. So let's Start at the fin up top. I'm holding my Sharpie on an angle now to make it a little wider. And I just want to make the top of that a little darker. Then I'm going to hold it up, straight up, because I want to make a thin line. Little triangle shape in there. For the top of the head, I am also going to make a fatter line coming down the nose. And then I'm going to go right to the back of the head here. And I'm going to follow the line of the back, leaving, see how much space I have here? About that much space until it gets narrower and narrower and comes down to a point. And then I'm going to color that in. Okay, that's the back. Let's do the face. Around the eye is also all fatter dark line. This is all going to be black. And around the jaw here, also a wider line, and color that in black. I'm going to make a little triangular shape here and down here. I don't know what you could call that. You could make a bit of a U or an L, and it's going to be fatter in the dip here, thicker line. The mouth also has a bit of a wider line. Alrighty, looking good. Now, look at these fins. The fin also has this kind of bean shape that we used for this part of the tail and for the eye. It's just going to be a small shape right about here. Okay, and inside, there's just a little black bean. Now, from this bean, we're going to have 4 lines that will make it look like the lines on their fin. Starting at the bean, going 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the outside of the fin, just making that a little bit of a fatter line. Not inside. I'm going to put 1 line on the bottom fin because we can see that just a little bit. We can't see the whole fin though. Okay, let's make our bottom line on the fish here also a little bit fatter. Now, we're going to make some scales on our fish. And the scales, I would say, looking at it like this, they are C shapes. First, I'm going to make 2 big ones. I'm going to go right from here. 1 C, 2 C's. Okay, then I'm going to go over it and just make this part here a little bit fatter. I'm going to make the next row is going to actually have 3 C's, but the one we're going to see most is the one in the middle. So it's going to go from the middle of that C to this one. Make it a little fatter. And then we only see a little bit of that one and a little bit of that one. We're going to go from the middle of that one down to this part, and then one here. Then I'm going to go from the middle of that one down. Let's see. Let's make this one like this. And then another one like this. They just don't go from the center. They have to go from the bottom of the one above it. All right. One more with 2 small ones on either side. Make them fat. And then the last one will be a U with a little tail, which makes it look like a Y. And my friends, our fish is done. Believe it or not. Now, get your red crayon. Hopefully you have a big fat one like I have, because I like to use the flat side when I'm coloring big spaces. So I am going to go like this. Please do your color strokes in one direction. I am going up and down, which means vertical, and you can see what you can't see. No streaks. I'm coloring gently. I'm going right over my fish. Okay, check it out. Any streaks? Nope. Good. turn your crayon around, use this part. Now we're going to color in the fish. We're going to put a darker red on. So now you can press hard. Just inside the fish. There we go. Beautiful. Take your black felt Sharpie again. We're going to make some water drops because this salmon has jumped out of the water. And these drops, well, they look like water drops. So what does a water drop look like? It's pointy at one end and it's a drop of water at the other. And a smaller one in the middle. And then just color that black. All right, I'm going to put one there, maybe a small one this way. Okay, we're also going to put just a few little bubbles. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So now we're going to take our black crayon. I like, again, to use the flat side. And we are going to color around the perimeter heavily. We want a dark black, so color it heavily. Put some pressure on it. Again, try to go in the same direction. Don't go over the fish. Now when you've got that done heavily, just go a little bit lighter over the rest of the red. Now I see that and I look at the first one I did and I like that this is a little bit darker. So I am going to go around the perimeter with a little bit of a darker hand to make the red darker. Also just a little bit in the middle. But just watch those lines. We don't want to have any streaks. It's okay if you go over your fish with the red. Okay, and there we have it, my friends. There's your beautiful native salmon. Thanks for watching. My channel is Yela Productions. Bye.